Hello and welcome to this video on Azure Repos with VSTS CLI. If you're a CLI addict like myself, you'd be delighted to know that Azure DevOps has a first-class CLI experience. In this demo video, we'll look at how to set up the CLI, administer, manage, report, and run basic DevOps operations with the CLI. Let's dive right into the demo. So first off, the CLI isn't natively installed on your machine. You'd have to download it from the Visual Studio Marketplace. Start by searching for it. So if you search for VSTS CLI, you'll be taken into the documentation. The install steps are all listed here. Now, I've installed the CLI, and the best way to validate if it's installed is to open the command line and run VSTS. As you can see, it brings back a help menu that shows me all the available commands that are available with VSTS. So what we're going to do is we're going to first set up VSTS CLI by configuring it to our requirements. As you see, I've already configured it, but let's go through the process of reconfiguring it. Now it asks me for the type of output from the commands I run. You have the option of going native with JSON or opting in for a table or a TSV. I'm going to opt in for a table option here. Yes, I'm happy for the results to be logged and some telemetry to be shared with Microsoft on the usage of the product. Next up, I'm going to define some defaults to be used with the CLI. For example, I don't always want to key in the full URL of the collection. I don't always want to key in the name of the project for which I want to run the CLI operation. So we could do that by defining certain defaults. As you can see here, by running the default command, I've specified the Geeks organization as the default instance and Parts Unlimited as the default project. What we're going to do now is next query using the VSTS CLI all the projects that exist in that instance. As you can see, it brings back all the team projects that exist within that organization. Next up, let's work our way through creating a new team project from within the CLI. Obviously, I don't know the syntax on top of my head, so we can run the help command. It tells us to create a new team project. You need to specify the name, a possible description, the process that you want to use, and a default source control to be used. So in this command, I'm specifying the name of the project as Parts Infinite, giving a description, specifying the default process to be used, and then specifying the type of the source control repository to be used. Now, to give you a true CLI experience, you also have the option of creating the project using the open browser keyword. So let's do this so that we don't have to touch our mouse. As you can see, with the CLI operation complete, it navigates us into the browser in the context of the new project that's been created. Perfect. And if we navigate out from this context, we can see that it does say in the description that it was created using the CLI. All right. So now that we have created a project, we could look at performing some basic Git operations on the code. We could do that by running the following commands. See, in this case, I didn't have to specify the name of the team project. I didn't have to specify the instance. It did not pick the name as parts infinite 2, but instead chose from the defaults that I'd configured earlier. And we can see that we have one pull request that's still in active state. Next up, let's look at some admin functions that are available within VSTS. I'm going to show you one really cool one, which lets you play around with the banner messages that are available in VSTS. In Azure DevOps. By running the help command on the banner, we can see that we have the option to add, list, remove, show, and update banners. So let's add a new banner. In order to add a new banner, we need to specify a message. We have the option of specifying an expiration date and the type of banner message. Perfect. With that, and really with that, the banner message should now be created. So if we navigate back into Azure DevOps and refresh the page, we can see that we've issued a banner message. Now this banner message is been published as information for all the users. So as an admin, if you wanted to get notifications out there, certain helpful links out there, then this gives you a means to do that. So just wrapping up, Azure DevOps has a great first-class experience with the CLI that you can download. It's cross-platform. You can set it up and have a play with it.